So what do you do when you get home later from work than you expect and you have a meeting in the evening that you've got to go to and you don't have much time to cook a meal? Enter a meal in a jar. Hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. And it's the beauty of Thrive Life freeze-dried foods is that you can design and build your own meal in a jar. You have infinite variety because it's you doing the cooking. You can make it the way you want it. And this is very quick and easy to just grab, put some water in there to hydrate it, cook it up, be done in just a few minutes. So today, in this jar, in this very jar, I will be making chicken fajitas. Come along with me. So I will be starting with the seasonings. This is Chef's Choice all-purpose seasoning from Thrive Life. Of course, you can use any kind of general seasoning mix like this that you want, but this is good stuff. We use it all the time. Half a teaspoon. Cilantro. Half a teaspoon. Ground cumin. Half a teaspoon. Chili powder, quarter teaspoon. And garlic powder, quarter teaspoon. So that's all the spices. Now we'll start with all the bigger stuff. So I'm going to start with the green chili peppers. I love these. They're not really hot, but they add a lot of nice flavor. Quarter cup. Of course, if you want it hotter, you just add more. And then I got sliced onions. I've been using Thrive for 10 years. So for 10 years, I have not peeled or sliced an onion. No more onion tears. So I need 3/4 of a cup of sliced onions. Fast and easy. Green bell peppers, 3/4 of a cup. Actually, if I had one of those big funnels, it would work a little better. I got one somewhere, but I didn't think about it. Okay, that's the green bell peppers. Then I have red bell peppers. Three-quarters of a cup. And then I have the chicken, 1 cup of the chicken. Some of these are a little big, so I can just, before they're rehydrated, when they're dry, they're easy to just snap in half, make a little smaller. You don't have to do this, but I prefer chunks a little bit smaller in my fajitas. I'm going to do 1 cup of this, and this is a 1/2 cup, so. Now another 1/2 cup. So there's 1 cup. And you see that it just fits. Just like that. Actually, there's a little extra room, so I'm going to put in a little bit more chicken. Then I put on the lid, and it's done. So I didn't actually time it, but I think that took me probably less than 5 minutes. And you can see how nice and pretty it looks. This is very nice for like gifting, stuff like that. Now, it only took me a few minutes to make this. If I wanted to line up a whole bunch of jars and make 6 or a dozen at a time, it wouldn't add much extra because you're already scooping. You just scoop into more jars and you can make a half a dozen of these all at one time. Then you're prepared when the time comes when you have short amount of time to cook something. You can just whip up one of these. Of course, the question then is, how long can you store this? Well, the Thrive Life food, when it comes in a can like this, has a 25-year shelf life before you open it, and then a 1-year shelf life after you open it. So if you open fresh cans when you make this with freshly opened cans, then basically the shelf life of this is also going to be 1 year because it's the same as an open can of Thrive. But you can extend that greatly by putting a vacuum sealer on here, sucking out all the air. And I don't know exactly how long that will get you. I'd say at least 3 years, maybe up to 5 years. Also helps if you put an oxygen absorber in there. So here's a vacuum sealer for a jar. This is a manual one. You can also get electric ones. You can get this on Amazon for under 20 bucks. Just put in jar sealer and you'll find a whole bunch of them. I'll put a link for this one in the description of this video. So you got the metal lid on there. Leave this off. Press that on. And then just start pumping. And you can tell very quickly when all the oxygen is out of it because it becomes harder to pull. So there you go. It's vacuum sealed. Then you just screw that down on top. One chicken fajita meal ready to eat. Now this should make 3 to 4 servings, of course depending on how much you eat. And the beauty about this is if you have a bigger family or you eat more, you just do 2 jars of it. You know, a lot of those meals are pre-made, freeze-dried meals that you can buy from different survival companies. All you have is the one meal and they're expensive. This is considerably cheaper and you can just make as many as you want or put whatever ingredients in that you want. I love this. Okay, so now weeks or months go by and you decide this is the night you want some chicken fajitas. So we're going to make these up, show you how to do that. Very fast and easy to make. Nice pressure release there. Now I'm going to put in 2 cups of hot water. Make sure it's thoroughly stirred and all of the dry ingredients get wet. You see there's water in the bottom there, but most of that will be soaked up into the ingredients. Going to get it all wet. You're going to let it soak for at least 8 minutes. Probably stirring it a couple times to get the ingredients down into the water as the water level gets less as it gets soaked up in. So now I'll let that sit for at least 8 minutes. Okay, so now it's been draining for a minimum of 8 minutes. This has actually been more like 10 minutes. So I need to strain the water off of it. First time I did this, I was concerned about pouring off any water that might have a lot of those spices in it. And that is probably a little bit of a concern, but there still seems to be plenty of spice and flavor in the food after you cook it. Now I'm going to fry this, stir fry it, so I want to get a lot of the moisture out, otherwise when you put it in there the water will, sputter against the oil in the bottom of the pan. So I'll just let that drain for just a minute. Turn on the heat, pour in some oil. I'm using avocado oil. Now all of the vegetables are freeze-dried raw, but the meat is pre-cooked before it's freeze-dried. So you don't have to worry about making sure that the chicken is cooked through. Basically you just want to heat this up until it's thoroughly hot and a little bit browned. And it only takes a few minutes. Okay, I think we're good. Now for me, I will just be using flour tortillas. And then for Elizabeth, we have some gluten-free tortillas here. Now you can put any other toppings in here that you want. Cheese, salsa, sour cream, pico de gallo, whatever you want. I'm going to put some sour cream in mine. Now, I have wanted to show you Thrive Life meals in a jar for a while, but I haven't really had that many recipes. So I'm very excited to show you a new resource that I just got. Meals in a Jar Made Easy. This is a cookbook. It's got all meals in a jar, written by a friend of mine who is also, of course, a Thrive consultant. Her name is Jody Schroeder. And so this recipe for the chicken fajitas came out of this book. And there are at least 40 other recipes, main dishes, side dishes, desserts. It's a really great resource. And this has a wonderful format. Jody really did a great job in laying this out. Full color pictures of the product and the recipes here. Zuppa Toscana. Main course is chicken broccoli bake. You see, it's a wonderful, beautiful book. Really enjoying this. Here's the chicken fajitas I just made. So be sure to pick up her book if you have any interest in doing meals in a jar. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, Thrive Life freeze-dried food is available from our website. There's a link down below. You can go ahead and take a look at that. And of course, the cheapest way to purchase is to join the monthly delivery service, because when you do that, you get 15% off of all prices across the board. Plus, you get free shipping on any order over $99. Shipping is normally 12%. So you're going to save 27% if you do that. You don't have to order every month. You can skip a month or two if you want. You can cancel at any time. No obligation.